Good morning.
Why, hello.
Did you work through the night again? They say if you're stuck to distract yourself with something else and it'll come back to you.
Speaking of distractions, don't you have class right now? You didn't come all the way here just to bring me an apple, did you?
You have to have some nutrition in between those glasses of whiskey now, don't you?
Well, yes, I suppose. In that case, you can bring me all the apples you want.
Something wrong?
No, it just seems a little strange.
What's on your mind, Charles?
That I need a vacation. I've been working day and night for as long as I can remember with no rest in sight. Teaching class, grading papers, this side project for the government.
Well, I'm proud of you, Charles. You're doing your civic duty. We're living in unprecedented times.
Yes, I suppose lots to do. I sometimes don't even remember why I'm doing it.
Yes, but your work is helping people get through these hard times. Remember you said it yourself that hypnosis treatment can help ease the mind and create a more peaceful world. That's why I wanted to study under you in the first place.
That's what worries me. Just getting people through it instead of actually solving the problem. Like you said, if you distract yourself from something, eventually you might just forget what it is you were so upset about solving. I'm sorry, I seem to be a little distracted. What brings you in?
I'm having some difficulty with my dissertation.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
My dissertation? All of my research indicates that the hypnotist is the only one that can undo the hypnosis. But I've been theorizing about how to undo it without someone prompting it.
I knew there was more to your visit than just an apple.
If you could humor me, you know more about hypnosis than anyone else. Perhaps there's something you could tell me about your unpublished work?
Well, my dear, a good portion of that unpublished research is property of, well, my benefactors, so I can't tell you everything. But I can say that it all depends on the subject and what it is you're trying to suggest to them. For a simple compulsion, the effects can be quite strong. Perhaps for someone with a much deeper trauma, a strong emotional trigger could shake them out of it.
That makes me wonder, should people with deep traumas suppress them?
I guess it depends on who you ask. But it raises all sorts of ethical questions now, doesn't it? What if someone wants to change, but is stuck in this state of suggestion? What if they want to change their lives, but they can't, because they have this other idea that they should be in a different state of mind? I just feel like I've been here before, that I've already figured it out, yet the main answer is just out of reach.
That's because you've already figured it out, Charles. Your research was successful. You did what you set out to do. And when they got what they needed from you, they put you here, safe from causing too much trouble.
These apples are great.
Charles? Do you remember when you gave this to me? You recognize it, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. You gave this to me the day you were taken. I promised I would come back for you, and I have. How often do you have this underlying feeling of déjà vu? Wasn't that song playing just a few moments ago? How long has she been standing there staring at the wall? Charles, what you need to understand is your research was successful, and you are now under your own spell. You love classic Hollywood films. You were put in a state of suggestion so that you would see the world this way, so that your mind would not resist being here. It's a beautiful world, Charles. This one you've constructed, but it's not real. Think about it. When was the last time you remember leaving this office?
That's impossible. Why?
Imagine a world on the verge of complete societal collapse. Revolution on a global scale. Those in power needed to calm the masses, and your discovery of controlled hypnosis came at the perfect time. At first, it was only for those who were the greatest danger to society. Then the governments realized they could use it to manage everyone's impulses.
World peace.
The will of almost every person on this planet is dictated. From what they do for work, if they can have families, everything.
If what you're saying is true, how are you here if this is just made from my imagination?
I'm sitting right next to you. We're connected through mind-link technology. We're able to communicate through the hypnotic state, but we haven't figured out how to break it.
What's going on?
Your mind is returning to its hypnotic state. Soon I'll be pushed out and you won't remember I was here. There is resistance among us who are immune to hypnosis and hiding in plain sight. But we need your help to wake everyone else up. You must think. Does any of this mean anything to you? What is the missing part of this equation? Every time I visit, we add to this notebook. It's part of your memory. They hold the key to our freedom. If you could just try and remember.
Yes. Yes, that's right. Actually.
Charles?
No, wait.
So what's the issue?
The mind link sessions are getting shorter, which indicates his mind is deteriorating. My recommendation? Take Unit 25587 offline for further study.
That's not possible. We're on a deadline. We need him to produce a solution for the next stage of the project.
Calculations suggest that further mental stress may damage this unit's mind permanently.
When we were told that Dr. Deborah Crawford, known for exacting methods, would be the one to get us back on track because of your history with this unit, that it would take a matter of hours, you've done no better than any of the auditors we sent into his mind. Perhaps your history with him has delayed your progress. A soft side for him, perhaps.
That name is my former designation. You may now address me as 357320. Our protocols require no emotional involvement in our sessions. If you would like to check my bioscans during your auditing session, I can have my assistant arrange that.
When's the last time you had a diagnostic, Doctor?
March 30th, 2050 at 9:02 a.m. The diagnostic came back within the regular parameters. Would you like to take a look?
No need. When can we get him back on track?
Like you said, it takes 6 to 8 hours to reprogram a unit using the mind link. There has been some pushback with Unit 25587, and I fear permanent damage should the sessions continue at this pace. I would recommend 24 hours resting before another attempt.
Fine. If in the next session you don't get him back on track, we're sending a second auditor with you to track your progress. See you in 24 hours, Dr. Crawford.
Okay, Charles. We've got 24 hours to figure this out.